Hey guys, it's host Adi and welcome to Comic Space, and today we are all going to talk about is Doctor Doom. Being more specific, God Emperor Doctor Doom. And now, more than ever, there is a possibility that Doctor Doom can come into the play of the multiverse and dethrone the Kang from being the big bad and taking all the power to the himself and running the show. So that is all we're going to talk about, how Doctor Doom, being specific again, God Emperor Doctor Doom can make his introduction and set himself up as the big bad of the Secret Wars. So let's start to break the whole thing step by step. Let's talk about Kang the Conqueror first. So as we all are very much aware of the Jonathan Major situation, and especially after the conviction, the speculation has gone all high. And again, there was a speculation before it has been from the beginning of the multiverse saga, and we all know we were heading to the Secret Wars, and we all know how important Doctor Doom was in the comic run. So my personal thought here is that after all of the corporate infrastructuring that Marvel Studios is going through, they are making some new strategies for Disney Plus, they are doing output cuts. Even after all of that, the gist of the original plan that they had for Kang the Conqueror, it is still there. Just the gist of the original plan, and obviously major changes are happening all over the place. But the original plan, I think it is somewhere still there. Even before all of this, I wasn't sold on the idea that Kang the Conqueror was actually going to be the main villain in Secret Wars. He 100% was going to be a major part of Avengers 5, and before Marvel Studios dropped the title, it was called Kang Dynasty. So that tells you a lot how much this saga and the Avengers 5 was going to be centralized around Kang. So after all of this, and we recently also talked about an article from the Hollywood Report where they went on to state Marvel Studios is looking forward to minimize Kang's role in Avengers 5 or to remove him completely. So that is a major thing. But my thought here is that we still haven't seen the prime Kang the Conqueror. I mean, we have seen He Who Remains, we have seen Victor Timely, we have seen Rama Targaryen, we have seen Scarlet Centurion, and we even have seen Kang the Conqueror in QUNTAMMANIA, but I do have my doubts that he's actually going to come back, and that is the variant that is going to be the big bad in Avengers 5. We still haven't seen that prime variant that all of our heroes have to go against up. And another major thing to add on, we are in literally the multiverse saga. You have infinite variants of an same person, so the whole major situation is the most easiest solvable situation that Marvel Studios have. You can just go ahead, do a simple recast, and there you go, you just have it, and it will work just fine. But the only thing that have got Marvel Studios corner, and that is the Ant-Man the Wasp QUNTAMMANIA post-credit scene, where the every single variant was played by Jonathan Majors, and again it was a different time, and Marvel really was pushing forward that Jonathan Majors is Kang the Conqueror. But again, obviously the situation has changed, so how we actually going to move forward with Kang, and given the possibility that he is indeed going to be overthrown by someone else. But does that mean that someone else is going to be Doctor Doom? So we are going to talk about Doctor Doom and how Marvel can squeeze him in this multiverse shenanigans. But again, we have to talk about Kang more than Doctor Doom, because the whole thing is centralized around that character, and obviously we have talked a lot about how much time and effort Marvel have put into that one character, and he's the central point of everything. So it doesn't necessarily mean that someone else has to be Doctor Doom. And my thought process from the beginning has been like, Kang wasn't going to be the main villain in Secret Wars for sure. He was going to be major part of Avengers 5 definitely, but not Secret Wars. So these are the two aspects that I thought initially were going to happen, and now it is like a very uncertainty regarding everything. Kang was going to be in Avengers 5 in major part, okay. He was going to continue till Avengers Secret Wars as well. So that prime variant of Kang was actually going to level up and could have been in sort of a combination of an beyond Kang sort of a variant situation we could have gotten into our hands. So that is a very interesting idea, and lots of people have speculated on this idea before. But again, the simple thing you can do, just have Kang as a different person and Beyonder as a different person. Beyonder comes in at the last second, punches the shit out of Kang, and he just takes over the whole battle world situation. And you can do that. You can do Kang and Beyonder situation without getting Doctor Doom involved. So the major thing here is that Marvel Studios did not wanted initially to have Doctor Doom being part of this whole Secret War situation, and I don't think so they are still even considering that option. The plan, like I said, the gist of the original plan is still there. So again, let's kinda indulge the idea of Doctor Doom, and more specifically God Emperor Doctor Doom, how Marvel can set him up as the new big bad of the Secret Wars. So how many multiversal centralized projects are coming from now? So I think there are like 5 feature-length films coming up. Not talking about Disney Plus, because moving forward Marvel Studios is looking for much more grounded and street level stuff. So let's talk about feature-length films. We have Deadpool and Wolverine coming up in perfect situation, because that is all about the multiverse. It also includes TVA. And next year you have the Fantastic Four coming up, the perfect and the golden opportunity to introduce Doctor Doom. And I still believe that we are going to see Dr. Von Doom just as a businessman or something like that, but not him becoming Doctor Doom. And again, the God Emperor Doctor Doom is not even at the table. Marvel Studios is not going to squeeze that much of a big character into this whole thing, in which they are midway now. Again, I think there is not much of a situation regarding Kang. In comparison to that, they have to look out for other stuff, as like the output cuts or the whole corporate infrastructure that they has been going through. So Bob Iger has came up. So again, he's making some major changes here and there. All over the place changes are happening. Some of the projects haven't performed, but the storyline wise, I think their plan is still there and they're still going on the way they decided. The major concern is the quality issue that they have been facing. So the storyline wise, I think we are just doing about right. And even the Kang situation, as I mentioned earlier, I think it can be handled very easily. And again, like I said earlier, Kang wasn't going to be part of Secret Wars anyhow. He was going to be dethroned by someone else, probably Beyonder. But again, Doctor Doom, for me personally, I don't think so he's going to be on the table. They probably like to save him for Fantastic Four sequels, or maybe for the Mutant Saga. We just recently got a teaser trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine, and we all saw that Avengers Secret Wars issue number 5, featuring on the cover was Doctor Doom and Beyonder. And that issue deals with the creation of the battle world. So was that comic just there as a reference and have nothing to do with nothing? But was they actually hinting at something much bigger and something very, very major? Is it possible? Or I'm just putting too much thought into it. So we were talking about the potential projects that in which Doom can show up in. So what else we have? We have Spider-Man 4, which also supposed to have in some multiversal aspect to it at some extent, which is also supposed to lay down some groundwork for Secret Wars as well. We also have Doctor Strange 3 coming up, which is in one of the major films that we are going to get, and which is I think at the same level of Avengers 5 and Avengers Secret Wars, because how important that film is going to be in terms of the whole storyline wise. So after all of the discussion that we had, all of the speculation that has been going on, and I gotta admit that was so much like a one-sided discussion, but let me know your thoughts, what you think and how this whole thing should be going. So I think it is time for me to see you guys off. Well, that's it for this video guys, but before you go, you can consider to grab the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the latest Marvel or DC update. I'm so glad that you guys got the time to hear me out. Thanks for listening to me. This is your host Adi signing off. See you in the next one.